Khajiit hopes he remembers. No torches. No torches when we sneak.
Come on
Huh?
in. Just stoke the fire.
Mara, protect us both.
Thank you. Khajiit was hoping this was an end. It looked rather inn-like and people were heading here, so... Oh, well. Lots of people here, isn't there? Khajiit's... This is the busiest inn Khajiit has been in yet. As a matter of fact.
Speak.
No. Khajiit is... Hello!
You must be one of those wizards from the college in Winterhold.
Indeed,
Yes, Mom.
Khajiit is.
Of course, Mom.
Khajiit would like to rent a room, if she may.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
I'll show you to your room, right this way.
Thank you.
We'll drive out the storm cloaks and restore what we own. With our blood
Sweet
and our
elder wind, tall and ravishing as ever. Stay still so I can drink you in.
down
You're
with
drinking
Ulfric,
meat, then
the
you won't mind
killer
if I
of
drink your
kings.
wine.
On the day of your
me
death,
know if
we
there's
will
anything else
drink
you
and we'll sing.
Oh, sorry. Khajiit was rather distracted with the
Children of
listening.
Skyrim, and we
At least he
fight
seems to
all
be a
our
better
lives.
singer.
Sovngarde beckons, every one of
Which
us
room is
dies.
Khajiit's?
But
Lady,
this land
could you
is
spare a
ours,
coin?
and we'll
Oh.
see it wiped clean.
Sure.
A scourge that has sullied our hopes and
Here,
our
have a gold piece.
Oh, thank you. Divines, bless your kind heart.
Oh,
You
there
are quite
once was
welcome.
a hero named Ragnar the Red,
Mhm.
riding to Whiterun from old Rorikstead.
Hopefully it was up here.
And the braggart did swagger and brandish his blade as he
Was
told
this
of
the
bold
room?
battles in gold he had made.
Ah, yes, this has to be it.
But then he went quiet, did Ragnar the Red,
Well,
when he met the
that
shield
bard
maiden
is much
Matilda,
better.
who said,
Than the one Khajiit.
"Oh, you talk and
Has
you
heard
lie
before.
and you drink all our mead. Now I think it's high time that you lie down and bleed."
And that's the same song the other one was
So
singing,
then
but
came
much
clashing and slashing
worse.
steel as the brave lass Matilda charged in full of zeal. And the braggart named Ragnar was boastful no more when his ugly red head rolled around on the floor.
How are
Okay.
we doing over here? Are you thirsty? Hungry? Both?
Why, yes, Hulda. I'll have 4 bottles of wine with juniper berries.
What?
7 bottles of Alto and a venison with bitter green sauce.
That's
Are
a
you
lot of
joking?
alcohol.
About wine? Never. In fact, forget the venison.
Okay. Khajiit hopes she's just restocking her house and not planning on drinking at all. Sure. Wow. Busy. Busy place.
Elder.
We drink to our youth, to days come and gone, for the age of aggression is just about done.
So what do you think, guys? Should we spend
You're
some
the
time here?
best. Can you be my mother?
Don't you have a mother?
I'm so hungry.
Oh, well, Khajiit will be happy to give you some food. She has plenty. Why are you begging? Where's your parents?
It's what Brenna once said I should do. He's the only one that's been nice to me since she died. My aunt and uncle took over our farm and threw me out.
Oh
Said
no.
I wasn't good for anything. I wound up here, but I don't know what to do. I miss her so much.
Well, Khajiit wishes she could adopt you, but she does not really have a home that's suitable for children. Perhaps Khajiit can give you something? How about Khajiit buy some flowers from you, yes? And then you can afford supper. Yes?
Bye.
Poor child. Ooh. Alright, let's spend the evening here, and, Because it is late. Khajiit is very tired. And she thinks she will just sit down and have a bit to eat. In fact... Oops. What the heck?
Zahjira, wake up, dear. Yes, Mum.
There's so much for Khajiit to listen to, she doesn't know what to listen to first. Okay, let's have something to eat. Just a quick meal. Then we're gonna get some sleep, Khajiit thinks. Some cooked beef. Ah, that tastes very good. Yeah, nice drink of milk. Very nice. And some baked potatoes.
You want a drink?
What do you have on offer?
Depends. Are you thirsty? Hungry? Both.
Just thirsty, Khajiit supposes she just ate. Let's see. Khajiit will buy the honey nut treats. Thank you. And... oh, the seared starter fish. Oh, and the sweet rolls. And maybe some bread. Yes? Yes, that looks good. Thank you very much.
Now please, no more questions.
Okay. Khajiit didn't actually have any questions, but... perhaps she's been pestered by somebody.
Elder, Skyrim has no use for your kind.
Are you saying this province is only for the ugly and sober? But then you'd be its only citizen.
I don't have to take that from you.
Uh-oh.
By the 8th, Sinmir, can't you take a joke? Relax, have a drink. I've already had 6.
Okay, maybe there's not gonna be a fight. Excuse me.
If you're looking for the court wizard, I'm not him. Farengar is the one you want.
Khajiit is
If
aware
you
of
wish
that.
to speak with him, you'll find him somewhere in the general direction of boredom. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's this invention called wine that requires my immediate attention.
Okay. If Khajiit wanted to speak to the court wizard, she would have gone to Dragon's Reach, yes?
So you just want a wizard?
No.
You've still come to the wrong place. Walk outside, make a left, and tell Bjorlum you want to go to Winterhold.
She's been there.
I'll be making my own trip to the bottom of a bottle, where I plan on staying for the conceivable future. As a matter of fact, I could go for a good Tamika Vintage 399 right now. It's so hard to find third era bottles, though.
You went off the trail. Khajiit almost forgot what she wanted to ask you.
Although some say the spiced wine in Solitude rivals any vintage the third era ever produced, I'd say those people have never been to the Isles. I apologize, were you saying something?
May Khajiit ask your name?
My name is Elderwin.
Nice
I've
to
come
meet
to
you.
Whiterun for the Skyforge and for Farengar. Yorland allows me to use his magical forge to craft jewelry.
Magical
I
forge?
use the enchanting table at Dragon's Reach to raise their value.
Oh.
Then I turn them around and sell them to Farengar, and he always buys them. I've never met a man so obsessed with necklaces. He says their enchantments are valuable. I think he likes to wear them. Maybe tomorrow I'll enchant him a dress to go along with it.
It's not every day Khajiit meets a mage who can work the forge. Khajiit has been considering making jewelry herself.
I don't really understand it myself. There should be more of me. It seems to me smithing and enchanting are two complementary skills.
For jewelry, yes.
I can only assume it has to do with the stigma that comes with being a blacksmith.
There's a stigma?
They say to wield a hammer, you must be as dull as an anvil and as strong as an ox.
Oh.
As if stupidity were a prerequisite for the craft. Although I have heard warriors talk of such things. They say the person who thinks too much on the battlefield lacks focus. In battle, having an empty mind certainly makes you more decisive, but the forge is not something that requires you to act swiftly.
This is true.
But I do like the notion of intelligence being a weakness. There are far too many mages who thumb their noses at common folk, as if worth was defined by the size of one's skull.
Yes.
Alchemists invented wine, farmers harvest the grapes, and smiths provide the tools. So, to me, each is worth more than all the mages in Winterhold.
You do seem to be rather fond of wine. But alchemists, they invented wine?
Well, don't quote me on that. It does seem likely though, doesn't it? Some alchemist trying to invent a new health potion stumbles onto a recipe for liquid bliss.
You seem to have an obsession with wine.
I don't see that as a negative. My Nord friends often chide me for neglecting the rich history of Skyrim, as if I was ignorant of it. They say, you know, Elder, there's more to Skyrim than just alto and spiced wine. And I tell them, yes, yes, I know all about your windmills and bards and 12 different words for cold. I only care about the wine. When it comes to examining wine, however, I'm still just a novice, although I have picked up the basics.
Drinking it?
I've learnt how to tilt my goblet and properly examine the rim for colour and clarity.
Oh.
Supposedly, the colour can tell you the wine's provenance, as well as the conditions it was developed in, serving as an indicator of how it will taste.
It does?
Wine tasting is apparently all about discovery. Yet, I've discovered that I enjoy drinking wine more than I enjoy tasting it.
Oh, there's a
So
difference?
let the nobles sniff and swirl their goblets. I prefer to swallow my wine like a common rube.
Khajiit's noticed. You can still drink the wine after you tasted it.
Yes, but there's still that extra step between me and what I want. It seems almost redundant, too. Like washing your hands before taking a bath.
Yeah, Khajiit supposes. Where do you gather souls for enchanting? Khajiit wonders.
Caves are the best place to find packs of wolves, or bears, sometimes even trolls. Unfortunately, by myself, they provide a bit of a challenge.
They can, yes.
There used to be 3 other mages in my faction, a motley bunch to be sure. A Khajiit, a Redguard, a Nord, and myself.
Another Khajiit?
4 mages can be a formidable party, especially when their talents complement each other. As a result, I can afford to make mistakes.
This is true.
Mistakes like trading our last healing potion for a flask of wine. Not a problem when the Redguard was there to restore my wounds.
Still.
Thankfully, the one talent I do have serves me well. It turns out most feral beasts in Skyrim are susceptible to fire.
They are, yes. What happened to the other mages?
Victim to the squalls of battle, I'm afraid. It matters not if you are a novice or an archmage. All it takes is a single misstep.
This is true, Khajiit.
The Khajiit was first.
Oh no!
We all knew it'd be him. Then our numbers were 3. Next came the Redguard, then the Nord, and soon only I remained.
That's sad. Khajiit is sorry. Could you tell me about the Khajiit?
The Khajiit, Razan, was what we call a scroll mage. Not an ounce of magical talent, but one who desperately wanted to cast spells. Where he got the scrolls, he never said. I thought he stole them, but he just as easily could have spent his share of the boon. It's not as if I ever saw him at the inn, or anywhere else for that matter. He was a paranoid cat as well, with a nose for things that didn't exist, always convinced there was a spy lurking around the corner.
A little nervous, eh?
He should have been wary of his dealer. He purchased a bad batch of flame cloaks that ended up burning him alive.
Oh no! That's sad. Khajiit is so sorry to hear that. What happened to the Redguard?
Sarasa was brash and bold, and my kind of woman. Too brash for her own good, though. She wanted to trap grand souls instead of common ones.
Khajiit would like grand
The most
souls.
plentiful source of grand souls are mammoths.
Mammoths?
The most common place to find mammoths are giant camps.
Indeed.
It was a short-sighted idea. We ended up wasting all our profits on magica potions, provided we even survived. Sarasa didn't.
Oh.
Giants are quite protective of their big furry cheese factories.
Khajiit has discovered that, yes. She actually found out that mammoths gave grands. So she's glad that wasn't just a fluke. She only had discovered that once, recently, sort of. So how did the Nord die?
Well, at that point, it was just the two of us.
Ooh.
Razan wasn't particularly missed.
Hey!
But Sarasa was our healer. Einar was a gallant Nord, if nothing else. We were exploring a cave to the northwest. A large, desolate space rumored to be inhabited by necromancers.
Northwest of here?
We entered the main chamber, which was hollow, save for the long fangs of rock that jutted from the ceiling. It was in the shadow of these fangs that the spiders lived.
Oh,
From
spiders.
there, they descended.
Khajiit
We stood
doesn't
back
like
to
spiders
back
that
as they
much.
surrounded us, his hands shrouded in ice, mine cloaked in fire. I still remember the fog of cold tickling my neck, and the smell of charred spider that would follow. I wanted to set them aflame, to oblivion with soul traps. A waste of magicka and time, but Einar saw fit to waste both.
Well, when you have too many spiders... Yeah, because you can see that it's better to reduce the numbers than to try to collect them all. Greed does slay more mortals than spiders.
Indeed. It was his soul trap that set them upon us.
Oh.
At one point I couldn't distinguish the live ones from the corpses, so I burned them all. We had managed to clear the path to the exit, however, and were just about to escape when a spider the size of the moon dropped from the ceiling.
Oh, no.
At this point, Einar and I were both out of magicka, and we each had one stamina potion left. Of course, mine was technically a wine bottle. It was an old vintage, from the wineries of the Isle, that I was saving until death. Einar asked me if I wanted to trade. He said I wouldn't have much use for it, seeing as I was going to live a long, healthy life. That old romantic. He was sacrificing himself so I might escape. I could never say no to that man. He drank the wine, wiped his lips, and showed me his teeth one last time. They were stained and red, but I've never seen a smile so bright. Then he pulled out his dagger and drew the ugly beast's attention while I ran for the exit.
How brave. That was a brave man. This cave, perhaps, Khajiit, she's never heard of it. Of course, she's just arrived in the area, so that probably explains it, but, where is it? Can't let those spiders run free. That way they could, well, be useful.
Like I said, somewhere northeast of here. It had one of those typical Nord names, like Icewind Gulch or something like that.
Oh, okay. Perhaps Khajiit could ask you some more questions?
Fine.
Elduin. Khajiit thinks she might have heard that name, but she's not entirely sure.
Really? No doubt from that knave Larkspur, telling everyone that I'm a battle cat under the sheets.
No.
The truth is, I don't even remember any of it.
Too much information?
I just recall waking up naked and sneezing profusely because the sentimental fool left a lavender flower on my stomach.
Definitely too much information?
Or maybe you've confused my name with the World Eater. It's
no.
Elduin, with an E, and I don't eat worlds.
Who? World Eater?
Although it's possible you may have heard it elsewhere.
Probably.
I hear in the Isle you can't swing a dead skeever without hitting at least 3 Elduins.
That's probably it. Larkspur, huh? Nicely done. Khajiit supposes?
He is handsome for a wood elf, although terribly arrogant. Part of me is glad I can't recall that night. The other part is greatly disappointed.
Yeah. Wow, Khajiit could see both attitudes. But it was nice speaking with you. Khajiit, is not sure she actually introduced herself. If she neglected to, she apologizes, but it's been a rather long conversation. And she's very tired. Her name is, Zahjira, and she is the Archmage of Winterhold, so, perhaps we'll meet again, yes?
All right then.
Yeah, Larkspur. Wood Elf. Do not drink alcohol around a Larkspur. Or Wood Elf named Larkspur. Apparently that can lead to memories that you perhaps would rather not.
Are you a sorcerer from the college?
Yes, I am. From the college. And I think Khajiit is going to go to sleep because there's too many people here. And she's too tired to pay attention to them all. Oh. Well. Khajiit's just trying to let her mind settle. She is going to meditate for a moment, she thinks. Is that a... That's not a stool, is it? It's... Well, she's not quite sure what it is. Some mysterious Nord thingy. Oh, but there's a chair here. She will sit down here. And just do a little meditating, she thinks. Oh. That was a lot of talking. Khajiit, I don't know, feels kind of shattered at the moment. You know, all these... The dragon, and then now it just seems so mundane again. Oh, go find this stuff from this place and bring it back, and... Well, I mean, she understands collecting knowledge. She does. Okay, let's relax and see how we're doing. Yes, it seems like she's a little better in illusion. She has been casting that blur spell quite a bit. Well, that's all that Khajiit thinks she has learned for the moment. She feels there are some other things that are getting close, but for now, that's it. Well, meditation always helps calm Khajiit down. She was starting to feel frayed at the edges and pulled in so many directions. That's rather unpleasant, actually. Okay, maybe it's just being in the city. This is the biggest city she's been in. And all these people, very... You get used to being out in the wilderness with lesser people. Even Winterhold
This is a
doesn't
local favorite.
have so many people.
One of the first songs I ever learned.
Oh no.
Ragnar the Red.
Khajiit is going to stuff paper in
Once
her
was a
ears to go
hero
to sleep.
named Ragnar the Red,
Not that this guy's
riding
singing
to Whiterun
horribly,
from old
but he is
Rickstead.
singing. It's sleep.
And the braggart did swagger and brandish his blade as he told of bold battles and gold he had made.
Let's
But
see if we
then
can ask him to.
quiet did
Maybe
Ragnar
not
the
sing.
Red when he met the shield maiden Matilda. I'm a bard by trade. Perhaps you've heard of me.
No, could Zahjira make a
Sure.
request?
What can I do for you?
Could you take a big break, perhaps? Zahjira needs one too.
Sure. My voice could use a rest.
Khajiit would appreciate that. When she's asleep, she suspects she won't wake up again, but that's assuming she can get up the stairs and not fall down. Thank you, Quidosha. Actually, it's more of a ladder than stairs, isn't it? Alright. Let's get some sleep. Good night, guys. Khajiit, we'll see you bright and early in the morning.
Say, Khajiit is curious. Did you like her video? Yes? Then please click the thumbs up button. Khajiit thanks you. Brrr.